Hello my bunnies, it's Ticky's Trinkets here, and today I have for you a different kind of video than what I usually do. But before I get into all that, I just wanted to say for today's Halloween video, I have on my next dollar headband Halloween costume, again brought to you courtesy of the Target dollar section, which, you know, you can't beat a little cheap Halloween costume like that. Maybe for the end of the month I'll do something a little extra special and go all out with the makeup and the costume and stuff. I don't do makeup that often, but when I do Halloween makeup, I will get a little more into it, a little more intricate, because it's just gory and fun. Speaking of gory and fun, before I get into that, I also wanted to mention my newest Halloween decoration before we get into that. She's just been hanging out with me up here. Literally, I love a good pun, hanging out with me, because she can hang. It is like a zombie Barbie doll, which I got at Party City this past weekend. As of today, it's October 9th is when I'm recording this. So I got her this past weekend on the 6th or the 8th, somewhere around that time. And she is pretty much fully posable, which is the awesome thing, because I can just hang her and put her places trying to scare the crap out of my friends and family. Has not worked yet, but I still keep trying. And then there's also a button that says press right here. And she also talks and lights up, which I just think is the coolest thing. And she has I counted five different sayings. They're all growling sounds. The only thing she actually says that's actually audible is feed me. But I just think she's so cool, and I just wanted to highlight her in this video. She was only $9.99, and there are two other dolls you can get from the same series, but the one girl's bust was hanging out. I wasn't a big fan of that. And the other girl was in a wedding dress. She was like a zombie bride, which I liked her. But I don't know, this just looked classic kind of Barbie-esque style for me. We're just going to set her right there, legs crossed and everything, so we can get back to that. Yes, I have my laptop up back here because that's also, I'm going to show you something in just a few minutes about my video. But let's go ahead and get on to that. God, 2 minutes in and now I'm actually going to finally talk about what the video is about. Anyways, my fiance came up with the idea. I texted him and said, I'm trying to come up with a tutorial for this week, but I don't know what to do. I said, do you have any ideas? And he said, why don't you just do a video on how to get ideas for tutorials? And I was like, I don't think I've seen anyone else do that, so I think that's a pretty good idea. So I decided, hey, I'm going to do that. I, unlike most polymer clay crafters that I know, do not draw rough sketches of my things before I make them. For example, this is my most recent creation this week, and this is one of my Unwanted Collection. This is a black-eyed child, which is based on an urban legend, which you'll see more of him on Instagram, and he will be available for in my Etsy shop this weekend. I always update on Saturday and post YouTube videos on Friday. That way you have a consistent schedule, unless there's an emergency with me or weather or something like that, something that completely interferes with Wi-Fi, then I will post on a regular schedule. Or, like I said, a family emergency. Because, you know, we're not perfect. We're people. Okay, so since I don't sketch my things out every week, I just write down what I want to do. And I got this handy-dandy little notebook that my godmom gave me for Christmas last year that has these sticky notes. And they have different titles, which I just think is like the coolest thing. Let me just back up some, because I'm all up in y'all's face. And as you can see right here, I have a list of things I've been planning to do for like the month. Which I started with the top one, which is chain letters, which was the dragon I made right here. Little jiggly-doo chains right there. This is based on urban legends, which I'll talk about that in a minute, about how I decided to come up with that. Sorry if I'm quiet all of a sudden. I wasn't trying to. And then I did 3 urban legends because, like I said in previous videos, I want to start doing 3 to a set because it fits in the box pretty nicely on the 6x6x6 boxes pretty nicely, which is the largest size that fits in my mailbox. No, it's 5x5x5s now. The 6x6x6 was too tight. And I put those, they fit pretty well in the box. It's like a puzzle piece. Anyways, I had 3 urban legend dragons here. My Unwanted boy, which is what you just saw, and I just finished that, and fan art rings, which is the ones that I posted last week on my Etsy shop, which were the Fortnite rings, which you saw the tutorial for that last week, which is where I was wearing the witch's hat. That was the video. I couldn't remember which one it was. Pretty sure that was it. Leave a comment down below if I'm wrong. I probably am wrong. But this, I'm not going to go into all the technical aspects. I'm just going to show you what I use to edit my videos very, very briefly. But pretty much every one of you is familiar with Windows Movie Maker. It was just the easiest platform to start with. But first starts with concept. I think of what I want to try to do whenever all these ideas that I come up with weeks prior run out. What I do to come up with ideas is I'll write things down because I don't sketch. Because when I sketch things, they look like dookie. My drawings are good, but they're not perfect, by no means, compared to how I think my sculptures look, which to me look almost near to perfection as to how I want them to look in my head to reality. But when I draw, things don't look how I imagine them. I've been drawing since I was 12, or maybe a little bit younger. And I study practice, but it's like I never focused on getting better. I just kept practicing drawing what I liked and never thought of the technical aspects of it. Only recently I've started thinking of like coloring and techniques and line art and stuff like that. And I've actually gotten a little bit better at drawing. A little bit. But anyways, like I said, I don't draw things. I will write down a list on something like this, which I can also stick somewhere because this, again, is a sticky note. And I can also leave little notes for myself here. I also leave personal sticky notes up here for like things I want to do or just ideas I randomly come up with. And if writing them down doesn't help me out, then I also ask my family and friends, what do you think I should do next? And they'll kind of give me some ideas and we'll go back and forth with it. And I'll say what I like and what I don't like and I'll stick with it or I'll drop the idea. And also, what was I going to say next? My next point. That was conceptualizing. Before I say that, because I can't think of what it was, I'm going to say what I use, which is just Windows Movie Maker to edit, which just shows you whatever image you're working on right there, and then it'll show you to the side what pictures you've uploaded. Pretty nice, pretty simple, very straightforward. It also has animations, visual effects, project, view, things like that. I mean, it's not too complex, but, you know, it's just enough to get my videos across, which I do pictures, which you obviously all know if you've watched literally any of my tutorials. Most of them are the frame-by-frame pictures, because it's easy for me to explain it. It's also a lot easier to upload. This video is going to take probably an hour or two, and I'm keeping it under 15 minutes, because 20 minutes took me 4 hours the other day. Ooh, buddy, that was a long time to sit there and do nothing, because I was at my fiance's house. And nobody was there. So I was just sitting there, watching TV, waiting on it to upload, dying. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. The other thing was, besides bouncing ideas back and forth off my friends and writing them down, I also will just sit there and close my eyes and visualize what I want to make. Since I don't draw it, I have to literally see it in my head. And sometimes it takes a little bit of practice and deep thought to do that. Sometimes I'll even hold some of my old things to think about. And the last thing that I do besides that, besides conceptualizing, bouncing ideas off friends and family, closing my eyes to visualize, last but not least, I also think about what's trending. Like, for example, on YouTube back here, or games, or movies, or TV shows, I think, what's trending? Maybe I should do a tutorial for something fan art wise, something that's trending right now. So conceptualizing, bouncing ideas off someone else, visualizing, and trending. That's the 4 different ways I come up with ideas for tutorials or for just something I'm going to make, because not everything I make, for example, this and the Unwanted sculpture I got back there, do not all come into tutorials, because that would be way too many tutorials and I would be doing nothing but editing all my life. That's the 4 different ways that I come up with ideas for my YouTube videos or just what I want to make that week. I hope this helps you guys out. I'll probably put it across the bottom of the screen with writing what the 4 different ways I do. I will also insert a picture of Windows Movie Maker here. Just so you can see like exactly what Windows Movie Maker kind of looks like, although I'm pretty sure every one of you knows that, but just so you can see it. I hope this helps you guys out. We're running on 10 minutes, and I don't want this to be too long. So I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I post a video. Might not be a big channel, but I have big love for you guys. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, my bunnies.